Well, there's steam room,
Yeah.
then there's a sauna, then there's jacuzzis. It's literally like a health spa. And then you go for a little walk after a while into the prison.
Welcome to this week's episode of Your Internet Boyfriends. Hello, Mark T. Cox.
Hello, Dennis Len.
This week we're talking about lasagna, Harry Styles, and Mark meeting my mother.
And I'll be telling Dennis all about my weekend getting squashed in the health spa. I bought sunglasses. Can I put them on?
Yeah, go on, sure.
I'd say I tried on about, honestly, I'd say about 17 pairs of sunglasses.
And your poor friend was being dragged around with you.
They're nice. I don't like them. I like them.
Would you have tried on a few more?
Fuck off. I thought they're very good, no?
Look, Mark,
You don't like them? Try
no,
'em
they're
on.
nice. They're nice. Right there. I'm not saying they're not nice, but I'm just saying
Oh, yeah.
they're a little bit
Douchebag.
Do you know this is a big reference now for a lot of Irish listeners, listeners. Do you remember Snotzer on The Den?
Yes.
Yeah,
They do look like that.
he kind of had those kind of glasses.
No.
No, but what I'm saying is, right, they're lovely glasses, but are we kind of trying to reach into the old Gen Z era there now, and are we?
I'm very young. I was hanging around with a 29-year-old.
Declan, what do you think?
I'm very young.
Do you think, yeah? Do you not think the mustache with the glasses, though, is a little kind of Inspector Morse, like? It's a little...
Very young.
No, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I have Gen Z friends.
Do you?
Yeah. I think what's the upper limit of a Gen Z?
Don't know. It's probably
30?
old enough now. It's probably like 31 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the
think
lower
they're
limit
great.
of the friends you have that are Gen Z?
No.
No.
I'd have a few friends down to 25.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Friends.
I wouldn't know anyone
Oh, yeah.
below that. Yeah, I bought them. They were €5. So, it's not that deep.
Yeah.
But they were great. It's a great city. But we're on a buzz.
We are. We had an incredible night on Thursday. It was one of my, it's one of my favorite nights I've been on stage, I think.
Great. Yeah.
I loved it. I had a moment where I was sitting across from you and I said to myself, I adore that man.
Oh,
I said, I love that man.
Wow.
He's great.
Jesus.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it was great.
I just felt like this is so much fun.
Yeah.
I will say it was a little strange though, actually getting that much like positive feedback from an audience.
I know.
I felt that was, I know how that's going to sound, but it was just strange. It was strange to have fans in the audience.
And they were reacting to things that weren't like jokes or
Yeah.
it's such an odd, I didn't tell you beforehand, but I was like, I don't know.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
I was very like, I tend to just plod along and land myself into things, but half of me was like, I don't know. Is this going to work? Are they just going to be sitting there bored?
Mark, can I say, I had a feeling you probably were thinking that.
Yeah. And then as soon as we started talking, it was lovely.
Yeah, but everyone was asking me, they were going, how many times have you done the show?
I know.
Is the show on the road? And I was like, we've never done it before. This is it.
That's it, one show.
It was weird. I was in the dressing room beforehand, and I could see, we both had that energy. We both had that energy of like, God, we're jumping off a cliff here, because you don't have a clue whether or not it's going to work. But I remember being in the dressing room and just thinking, all right, I have to go out and do my like 10, 15 minutes introduction, which is fine. Then I have to wait, and then I have to go back out and do like an hour podcast. And my head couldn't get around that.
Yeah.
Because, like your performance, I MC and host and stuff, and you go up and I'll go back over 5 minutes, I'll go back over 10 minutes. It's like, no, you're going to go back over for an hour.
An hour.
And it was brilliant.
I could have done 2.
Yeah.
I felt rushed at the end. I kept telling you we have to go.
Yeah, I know.
And we had loads to say.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, thanks everybody. I've nothing to complain about.
It was weird.
Everything went to plan.
I think we planned it though, and we prepared so much to prevent that from happening because of how badly things have gone before that have probably been out of our control, right?
Yeah.
And this time we were like, it's not happening. And then it just kept getting better and better. And I think we were in shock.
I know.
We were just like, this is amazing, Brilliant.
I was nearly ready for the problem. Or there was no problem.
At one point, like, because, you have good gigs, bad gigs and whatever. At one point I made a joke and I got such a big laugh. I was like,
imagine.
What in the name of God is happening? Like, what's happening?
Yeah. Very good.
No, it's brilliant. Thanks for everyone for coming out. It was amazing.
And we had a big team.
We did have a big team.
I think that might be the secret.
The team was amazing.
We had Declan. We had Stage Twink.
Yeah.
Simon, he's very good,
He is.
swanning around. Evelyn was there.
Yeah.
I'd say there was about 10 people
Yeah, I felt very
involved.
important.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting to be kicking off about something.
Yeah, no,
Everything worked. There was 1 minute. I thought, here we go. I was nearly ready because the microphone thing wouldn't work.
Oh, yeah. But then
I was, oh, well, that's ridiculous. This is how it always is. And then they just fixed it.
so
I was furious.
I was down on stage and you were up in the box.
Kick it off.
You were up in the box getting the lights set.
Yeah.
And I was just looking up at that box with the person who was helping you, who we won't name, right? It was like amazing. It was brilliant, right?
Yeah.
But they were up there helping you, like at the very beginning, and I could see your face. And I was going like, they hate to see him coming up to that box.
I bit my big bits of paper.
He's not coming out of that box.
I was there for an hour and a half.
Oh, you were there for ages.
But it worked.
Yeah, it was
you
brilliant.
have to program the things. Because it's too often people are like, oh, just, give us kind of fun lights. And you have to be specific.
Well, one of our notes was big, give us everything you got.
Yeah, she did. Pushed every button. They're so good.
It was great.
Oh, thrilled. Thanks, Pleasance.
Yeah, we had a lovely photographer running around as well.
Loads of nice pics.
Yeah.
Hundreds of pics. Lots of focus on the peach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lisa did mention to me.
I was going through the pictures. There was a lot from the back.
I think that was accidental. That might be a setting in the camera that Declan has, where arse focus or something. He might have turned it off.
The backside.
Yeah, even to the point of getting a shine on it sometimes.
Oh yeah, there was a side light that I had organised.
Lisa did mention to me actually though. She said, like that's going to be the money maker now. So we got to keep it. Got to keep the deadlifts going and stuff. A fantastic show all around. And my family came over.
I met the whole crowd.
You did.
You were pushed down the stairs basically. That Mark.
Oh my God.
They pushed you out.
Look, I was walking down the stairs, which was weird, right? Because it seemed like we'd got married or something, right? And then we walked down this little stairs into the bar after the show. Everyone's cheering. Yeah. Right. Which I wanted to run back up the stairs. I was like, what is going on?
Oh, I would demand that.
You were soft.
If they didn't, I'd be.
You floated down the last 5 or 6 steps.
Yeah.
Then we walk in. I see my mother, right? I have given her maybe 65 shout outs in the show, right? Made the whole show about her in ways, right?
Yeah.
I walk out. She walks up in her big blue suit, her nice blue suit, her inconspicuous blue suit. And she walks up. She puts the hand out to you.
Oh, yeah. Big hug.
And she goes in for a photograph.
Yeah.
Meeting Mark T. Cox.
Yeah.
Oh, my fucking God.
She was floating.
Yeah, she was mad to meet.
And you were just pushed out.
I was pushed out.
Yeah.
I actually was slipping by to meet one of my friends, and then someone goes, "You go in too? Me go in too? I'm the son."
Do you want to get in for a picture with
I'm
Mark?
the son. Yeah. And then, as you reminded me just before we started recording here, she came up to me when I was talking to probably like one of the most important people in the room, right? Someone who made a lot of that show happen for us. And I went up chatting away to him, and then she fucking boulders over and with a phone sticks it into my face and goes, "Your father's on the phone. Your father's on the phone. What are you meant to do with that?" Because it's a situation of I can't take that phone call.
I know.
But now the person I'm talking to is going to see me reject a phone call from my dad, from my mother holding the phone.
Yeah.
But if I take it, I'm going to be rude. What are you meant to do?
I know.
And then I go, "I'll give him a ring back in a minute." She goes, "What?"
I think every Irish man still turns into a bit of a stroppy teenager around their mother. Do you know?
How can you?
Do you know?
How can you blame me?
But I think it would be the same if you were like at the Oscars or like at the Grammys or something. I think your parents would still end up kind of
She'd be going over to Brad Pitt,
taking up your head space, and it's all they mean well.
Yeah,
they just want to be involved. Oh, you have to destroying the blouse.
Yeah, blouse is gone
because I spilt the water. This is just a little reminder: if you're enjoying the podcast, make sure to click follow on Spotify, or you can leave a little review on Apple Podcasts. Thanks so much. But what happened then? That was Thursday night. I went to Spain, and you
went. It's almost like it's set up. Like you head off to Spain.
Yeah.
On your little shopping trip with your friend.
Yeah.
Have, I assume, a great time.
Great time.
Eating tapas.
Yes.
Off the back of someone. And then I booked in for a dinner with my family the next evening at 7 o'clock in King's Cross,
Yeah.
right? But, and this was nice, right? I'm not saying it's not nice, but like you have to have a limit. Lisa then that night
Yeah.
met a good friend of mine. I said, do you know what we'll do? We'll go to dinner with you at 4 o'clock.
2 dinners?
Yeah.
No.
She thinks I'm a millionaire, right? So I went 4 o'clock. I met my friend. It was great. Really, really nice. Like we had a great time. We walked across one door over.
Yeah.
And we walked into the family.
Another dinner.
And we sat down and we had dinner, right? And I sat down and Lisa, in fairness, gave them so many choices of where they could go, right? She handled this and it was really, really kind of her. But she handled it. She said, we can go to a steakhouse. I said, no, I wouldn't like a steakhouse. We can go to anywhere you want. And we ended up going to Caravan, if you've ever been in there.
Yeah.
Loads of different things on that menu.
Yeah.
We went in there. We sat down. The first thing my mother said, looked at the menu and goes, I can't get my steak in here at all.
Where could you have got the steak?
Probably the steakhouse, I'd imagine. The first suggestion.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing she said. And then then we're having a nice time. My sister orders her red curry.
Yeah.
Her Cork accent is so strong that she gets cod.
Oh, Jesus.
Not a fish person. So there's a big hullabaloo about that then. Oh, it was so...
And it's quite loud.
It is, yeah.
In there. Yeah, hectic there. 6 o'clock Friday.
7 o'clock.
Friday. Oh.
Yeah, so we had that.
Yeah, shouting.
And then we went away. And then the next day, I got up and had to go clean the house because they were arriving at 3 o'clock.
Oh, to the house?
To host them for the day.
The whole gang?
The whole gang.
What'd you do?
Just sat down and talked for 7 hours.
Oh.
Lost my marbles, right?
Yeah.
And then we said to them, we're like, what would you like to eat, right? And I the difficulty is like with Lisa, like when we went back to Killarney and stuff, right? Is like I keep explaining to her, like there's no rules in this. It's not rules based family, right? Like as in just whatever happens.
Madness.
It's just complete madness, and she can't really get that around her head. So she's like, what would your mother like to eat? And I'm like, nothing.
Yeah.
Like she won't like it. Like if she went to, I won't give her. If she went to like Mary Len's favorite food restaurant, she'd hate it.
She wouldn't like it.
She'd hate it. Like
So
I was saying we're gonna cook her chicken and chips, and Lisa was like, we can't do that. She's like, what would you like in the chicken? And I'm like, you're not understanding this. Like nothing. Like So we basically cook my mother chicken nuggets and chips. Everyone else agrees that they like pizza.
Yeah.
We cook a load of pizzas. As we're putting on the pizzas, my nephew says he doesn't like cheese.
Oh.
And my sister says she doesn't like cheese.
Oh.
And then we sat down, and this is the bit that had me absolutely...
But how bad is that dislike of the cheese? Maybe just push on.
Just enough to announce it. Not enough to not eat the pizza.
Suffer through it.
Yeah.
Be lovely now if there was something else.
Their favorite side with a meal is a bowl of complaints. They love that. We were sitting down then, and I was actually crying, laughing. Like I to be honest, my mother should have killed me, but it was so funny. She was sitting down, and she had her back. I was sitting down on the sofa, and she had her back to me at the table, and she was just saying to Lisa, she's going, "Oh, what's this? It's absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful." It was lettuce and tomatoes in a bowl.
Oh,
goes, how'd you make this? It's absolutely beautiful.
Because she made it.
Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. What
so
is
you can
it?
do nothing right.
No, I couldn't do anything right.
Oh,
it's hilarious.
God.
And then
where were they staying?
They were staying.
Not with you.
They were staying in the middle of London somewhere.
Okay.
And then at one point, we were kind of talking about like funny things from, our childhood or whatever that are not usually that funny. And then my mother says, "Well, sure, I only got on with Dennis until he was about 15." 15.
Oh, and never.
I'm alive longer. Not getting on with her than I was getting on with her.
I thought you got on well.
What?
I thought you were getting on well.
Supposedly not.
On the night.
Supposedly not.
Oh.
So yeah.
And what they say about me?
Oh wait. Sorry, just to finish off my weekend. Then on Sunday, everything was fine.
More plans.
Well, we had plans. We were going to have a dinner at 6 o'clock, right? Which was in the end actually called off. Thank God.
Yeah.
Sitting down on the sofa, on top of my white rug. Get out my coffee, go to drink it, spill it all over the white rug.
You did.
Sunday closed down for business.
Fucked it.
Sunday closed down for
on
business.
the chairs that are covered in shite.
Yeah.
From being thrown
fucking
on the
leaves
road.
all over and bed sheets, burnt the bed sheets, broke the clock, fucked the fucking sofa
You
off the balcony.
ruined it.
So that was my weekend.
Okay.
How did you get on?
I had a different weekend.
You did, yeah.
I took off to Spain. Can I say I went on a very big plane? I felt I was going abroad, like far away. I got Iberia
Oh, yeah.
Airlines to Madrid, and they put us on like a huge plane. Do you know, like a plane that would go
That has like a weird head.
like it's like 3 seats, 4 seats, 3 seats.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like a massive.
What's the flight? Like 3 hours?
2.5 hours.
Oh.
I think it's a plane that they send like to South America, and then it comes up to London, and it does like, I don't know.
As a visit.
But there was no one on it.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought I was in a dream because I was so tired and just kind of just mad after the whole week. So off I went, landed into Spain. Beautiful. Oh my God.
Absolutely beautiful.
So easy, absolutely beautiful. Lovely train, half an hour into the city, walked to my friend's house. We went for tapas. The tapas now, you have to be careful. Oh.
Yeah.
There's a few dishes.
Can we just backtrack a little bit?
Yeah.
Where did you meet the friend?
My friend is from here,
Okay.
and he's living in Madrid for like a few months.
Right. So
So
when
I
you're
went-
eating the tapas, is he eating much? So I take that as a no. He's having the lemon water then. You're eating everything around you. Having a rotisserie chicken
With
and
a
he's just
small-
watching on salivating.
Stop that. You are too clued in now. You've learned too much about the community. I was ordering for the table.
He'll have nothing. Oh,
But some of the dishes, there's a lot of like funny meat. It was all delicious, but yeah, there was a few things I was like, I wasn't ready for the shift of taste, like with steak tartare.
oh, that's a dodge.
I kind of ordered it, and I was like, oh, I forgot what this is.
That's so
It's
close.
kind of like
That's so-
raw, like,
but it's so close to like, oh, that's delicious. To I'm going to be sick.
and you're kind of eating it, and you're like, it is lovely, and then you realize what it is, and you're kind of like, oh, and then you're both kind of telling yourself, oh, it's lovely,
Yeah.
love it.
It's the same things with eggs. Sometimes you eat eggs,
Oh.
like a bit water or something, and you eat it, and you go like, I'm eating an egg. Like you realize
You have
what
to
it
tell
is.
yourself, kind of, it's nice.
Mm-mm.
And then we had tongue in
Oh,
one of the places, like
wow.
really thin slices of
What was it?
just meat. Just
No,
like,
but I mean, like what from
whose tongue? I don't know, cow.
cow?
Again, just a bit like,
I don't know about
I
that.
have to
I'd eat anything, but I think if it was slippery.
no, it was like corned beef, kind of
Oh,
like
okay.
really thin. Yeah, so nice. Everything was so cheap and just great.
Yeah.
Friendly people. We went out then to an LGBT venue called LL Bar, and there was drag, and it just worked out. We walked in, and I'd say we were there 3 minutes, and the show started. Great. You're not arsing around. Great drag, funny, all in Spanish, which I love. I love not understanding what drag queens are saying. It makes it funnier. You just start kind of guessing.
You get the energy.
Yeah, and then loads of nice people, and then we went to another bar and we made friends.
Oh.
Again, want to celebrate the straight women in the LGBT spaces. I know there's a bit of discussion sometimes, but we need the girls. They connect everyone because we
With
were
different
there.
Groups.
Yeah, they connect the people up because the two of us were there. Barely, I speak no Spanish, he speaks a bit, and we had walked into like a Latin music bar, gay bar, so we were lost. And then this girl, like 4 foot tall, like looks up and was like, "Where are you from?" And we started talking. Her name was Maria, and she was just a vibe. And she was, do you know people that just make you loosen up and just dance and like singing along and stuff? So that was great. We made friends, and then, well, she had other motives. She had 2 gays with her.
But isn't I think they love setting
Yeah.
gays up though, don't they?
Yeah.
They really love it.
She was like, "You have to meet my friends." We're like, "Okay,
They
Maria."
get a real buzz out of it. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, and then she was kind of watching then.
Yeah.
That was nice.
And
That's it. We made friends for a while.
when do I?
Yeah,
A
we
kiss?
connected. I can't say.
Can't say.
Connected. Kept in touch.
Yeah.
Kept in touch for another time.
Left. With-
Yeah, we had to go. Yeah,
Okay.
we were there a while.
Yeah.
We did our bit.
Mm.
And we said goodbye. But I loved it, yeah. And then, I don't know, just...
Moving to Madrid.
What are we doing here?
I actually, do you know, I like London. I actually like London.
I don't like it.
I saw a man the other day drop an apple on the ground. The eaten bit hit the ground, landed on the ground, and he picked it up and he wiped it like a cartoon off his shirt and started eating it.
The bit.
Yeah. Like, I mean, he dropped it in
Dirt.
He dropped it near Pleasance Theatre, like on a particularly dirty street.
Yeah.
And it like rolled around the place, and he picked it up and he wiped it like that was going to get rid of all the stuff that it had just taken off the ground, and he started eating it. I was like, that's London. That's London.
And that's good.
I just like that stiff upper lip, just get on
I
with it.
think I've spent about £80 since I've got back last night.
Doing what?
Because I landed. So, these people that do these like weekend mini breaks and they pop in, pop out. It just never works for me. My flight, stupidly, the flight was taken off last night at 10 p.m. That was a mistake. And it was not Iberia coming back. It was Ryanair coming back. So I was due to land in Stansted at 11:30.
Yeah.
Tight. Because the last train is at 12:30.
Right.
And if you miss that train,
Screwed.
you're not in London. You're in Stansted. You're stuck. So I said, right, I'm going to be positive. I'm going to manifest. It's going to go well. So I got to the airport. Got to the airport at 7 o'clock. The flight was at 10. I don't know why.
Wow.
Just in case. I was like, I cannot miss this flight. And did all my bits. And I was done. I was ready about 8. And the flight was still at 10. And then we went and we queued up at the gate. And it was leery. They were loud. They were drunk.
Oh.
They were drunk people from
Stags and stuff.
the United Kingdom.
Ah, right.
There were a bit of shouting.
Would this have added to any of your
A lot of the thing.
disdain
I had
for
the sunglasses on.
London today?
And I was like, we're back. And I had just been hit like Press, WH Smith, all these things at the airport. I was like, oh, coming back. And then there was just lads. There was a gang of lads. They started making fun of my trousers.
No, they didn't.
They did. But they were like, nice trousers, mate, or something.
Fuck off.
But not in a like, there was no abuse, but it's like, shut up. And I was such a bitch. I just said nothing. And they were like, oh, doesn't want to talk to us.
Oh, I hate that.
I don't want to talk to you. I want to go home.
Those same lads, right? And I know it from being on like part of a nice group of lads. When these lads start, circling around, you give them shit back, one of them will lose their minds.
Oh, yeah.
Like one of them will say, what are you fucking saying? Because you'll inevitably be smarter than them, right?
5 or 6 of them, 3 bucket hats
Ugh.
in the group. Horrible. And their big bags of like duty free, and they had opened the bottles, and then someone was telling them they're not allowed to drink and blah blah. So that was all going on, and then the flight was delayed, and she said it was delayed an hour, so they were all kicking off, and they all decided to sit on the floor.
Interesting.
No need for it. There's loads of chairs around. People kind of get a bit overly dramatic, and they start,
Did they have another hour of drinking then?
Yeah.
Oh dear God.
So then it was 10, then it was 11, no flight. Then it was 11:30, no flight. And then we eventually took off, I think about 12 or something, close to 12. So we landed in Stansted. It was, I don't even know what time it was, 1 or 1:30. All the trains were gone. There was one bus, the bus. And then I was like, oh, fuck. It just all started to go wrong. The bus. So I had booked a train ticket that was 20 pounds. That train was gone. I booked the bus ticket that was £22. The bus.
You're going extra.
So I now spent £42 and I haven't gone anywhere. And then the bus came and it brought me to Tottenham Hale. Landed into Tottenham Hale at about 3 a.m.
Get out.
Grim.
Mark.
Grim. Tottenham Hale in the middle of the night is end of the world experience. Fucking people everywhere. And loads of lost. There was like a few women on their own. I was like, do you know where you are? Like, it's
gathering them all up.
They're just thrown out of this bus in the middle of, they think London. It's not, it's like,
oh, right. So
they don't know where they are.
Yeah,
they're all on their own. So I ended up like helping people, and like they were like, where's the bus? I'm like, that bus is not coming. 45 minutes.
Bus.
Get a taxi. So then I got into the bed at about 4 o'clock this morning.
You're actually in good enough form for.
And then I slept till 12:30.
It's not bad. I'll give that to you.
Yeah.
It's horrendous. I don't know how you do it. Would you ever think of not travelling ever again?
But I don't know, but I didn't want to waste the day. I was going to fly back early this morning, but then that's not great either. Anyway, oh, boo-hoo, big problems. But Jesus, it just sucks the life out of it. And a few hours earlier, like, I was having a great time. And then, they were all drunk at the plane and arsing around.
Will we go have a little break?
Is this the first half? Jesus.
Yeah.
Hello, we'll take a break.
We are back.
Hello, I'm squeezed in. These jeans are, I've been wearing a lot of floaty, kind of nice, loose kind of trousers, and these are a bit hard.
Oh, we refer to them as crispy jeans.
Crispy jeans are a bit irritating.
Yeah, they're not great. And they're not good for if you're after a weekend of tapas either.
Yeah.
Constrict.
I'm a bit constricted in
You have
them.
the big belt on there as well.
I have the big belt and I'm
help
kind of
anything.
squeezed into everything. Yeah.
You'll be all right.
Tell me some news.
What news do I have for you? Oh, so I had the family over the weekend. Did you ever hear of a thing called Bliss Magazine?
Girly magazine, is it?
Yeah. Like, did you get a magazines, or did you get any magazines when you were younger?
Did I get magazines? I used to get the ones about Pokémon, and I used to get.
I didn't think you'd be a Pokemon person.
Oh my God, I wrote a book.
No, you didn't.
When I was in school, I wrote a book. I drew every Pokemon, the 150 originals. I drew them all by hand, and I made a little diary thing about them all and submitted it to the write a book competition. And well, it's not original content, so it doesn't count.
You made a Pokedex. You still have that?
Pokedex, that's the one.
Still have it?
I'd say somewhere a lot of Pritt stick. I had a red cover, a bespoke cover.
Your mother has it in like the Mark T. Cox vault at home somewhere, definitely. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, but it's like a job. You start off and then you get a bit bored after 20 or 30 of them.
Yeah, 150 is a lot. Were you drawing these by hand, tracing?
Oh, yes. Drawn by hand, very gifted at the art.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved them, yeah. I had a friend in school and we used to bond. Everyone else was playing football. And we used to hang on the side, talk about Pokemon.
I was a big Pokemon boy as well. Myself and my friend actually shared a Game Boy.
Oh.
Yeah, we shared an old Game Boy.
Like?
Yeah, so he lived 2 doors down. He lived 2 doors down and we were playing Pokemon Blue, I think.
Yeah.
And I gave that man a level 8 Squirtle.
Oh.
And he returned that to me the next day with one eye turned in and bloodshot with a level 67 Blastoise.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't pause it. Wasn't that the thing? If you got stuck in a battle.
Yeah, you had to finish it. And then you could go to like a Poke Center or whatever and save, right? I think.
Yeah.
You could do stuff like that.
I remember a lot of fights. The dinner is ready. And I'm in a battle.
And you've just walked over grass and a rat attack comes up.
Yeah.
Not good times. 2 questions then, follow up for you.
Oh, go back, Bliss Magazine.
Well, no, I'm going to go back to that in a minute, but I just want to ask you 2 Pokemon questions first.
Okay.
Favorite Pokemon
Yeah.
and favorite Pokemon noise?
Oh, Charmander, the little orange one.
Yeah, Charmander is
Okay.
he's definitely
Yeah.
expressive.
Swishy. I used to have a little keychain. I had loads of stuff. We used to go
Yeah.
to Dublin to the Liffey Valley Shopping Centre and there was a shop. I'd love to see it and I'd love to see what it actually is because to me it was like,
Wonderland.
Hollywood. But it was probably just some crap shop selling fake shit. But I had a little like a figurine
Yeah.
and I had keychains and it was a lot of him. Yeah, he'd be my favourite.
Yeah, he was definitely
What was the one that looks like an egg? Like a white, and then it looks like
Bellsprout.
No, it looks like an egg. Starts with a T. Tamago or something.
Togepi.
Togepi.
Togepi was a baby.
I had a squishy thing of him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was nice.
Togepi was great.
What'd he turn into?
I don't know if he turned into anything, but someone's going to correct me on that.
Was he a special one?
Yeah, he was special.
Okay, favourite one. And favourite noise?
Yeah.
As in saying their name?
Yeah. I have a few.
Oh,
for instance, what does Charmander say?
I don't know. Just says his name.
Yeah, no, he
How
doesn't
does he
say
it?
like I'm Charmander.
I like the snake.
Ekans.
Yeah, that was nice.
Ekans.
Snake.
Yeah, he's snake.
Backwards.
Yeah, but
Faggot. Faggy.
could say something else, but he's Ekans. Like he's definitely there.
Yeah. Swish.
Very swishy
I
and
like
very
them
kind
all.
of shoulder swaggy.
Yeah.
Even if he doesn't have shoulders because he's a snake.
Yeah.
What does Charmander say?
I don't know.
Come on, give
Just
it a go.
isn't it? I don't know how he says it though. Charmander.
He's
kind
like,
of
Charmander. He's like that.
peppy, picky. Like,
He's Charmander. That's what he says.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to ask me what my favorite Pokemon is?
Yeah, go on.
Favorite Pokemon is Scyther. You know Scyther, the green guy? You find him in the forest.
Oh.
Or is it in a Safari Park? You can find him in Safari Park.
Of the original first?
Yeah, but you need to catch him with like a Great Ball or a Master Ball or something.
Kind of a special.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very hard. Depending on whether you have blue or red, you can either get Pinsir or Scyther.
Okay.
I can remember stuff back then that I have more knowledge of than I ever retained ever again in the rest of my life. But his one is Scyther, which is brilliant.
Okay.
Actually, they all sound the same, but that's my favorite.
It felt real, didn't it?
I loved every second of it.
I really thought it was real.
I loved it.
I thought these were creatures. I didn't get it that it was just made up. I thought.
Isn't that the most wonderful place to be?
I really thought it existed kind of somehow beyond. I don't know where I thought it existed, but
You just didn't challenge it too much.
It was so complete. Everything was so. And there was so many things, and you get the little books and the stickers and the.
We were really raised up in a very uncomplicated time of like, there is good, there is bad.
Yeah.
You work hard and you do good and you'll have a great life.
Yeah.
Do you know? And good triumphs evil. That was the way it always is.
Look at us now.
It's got a little bit more complicated than that. Since we've grown up. My sister was telling me about my niece, and like this stuck with me. She loves collecting like recyclable stuff to make objects and like stuff out of.
Yeah.
And if you're eating Pringles, she'll be like eyeing the top of the Pringles can, the little lid, because that's like a thing she can make loads of stuff with. Yeah. Like a little hand puppet or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I just thought like, what I would give to live in that small of a world again.
Yeah.
Oh,
what age are we?
Oh God.
5, 10?
12?
10, 12. Yeah.
10, 12? I don't know. But yeah, 12 or something. Like imagine living there and just being like, oh, can't wait to get that Pringles can.
Gonna make something.
Instead of, it's 4:00 and I'm stuck in Tottenham Hale.
Yeah. And looking at Sky News.
Oh yeah.
Watching videos of the most horrific things on
we
earth.
have to stop though. We have to stop. Like it's really good.
I caught myself standing at the bus stop in Tottenham Hale at 4 a.m. worried about this, like at that exact moment. Wild.
I think it's good. I think it's good to be aware of stuff, but we don't have to check in with it every 6 seconds because it's not good for your head.
We should do a little make and do day. A little craft day.
I love to do that.
When I'm hanging out with my nieces and nephews, I get very into the crafts.
Do we have to bring the nieces and nephews? No.
Well, no, but they do help.
They're not much help, They don't really do it as well as I want
to give you a bit of kind of a unexpected direction.
That's true. Yeah,
in the design,
where you have to kind of go with whatever they're saying.
Yeah,
or that's like,
will I color this thing? Purple.
Do you know what we'll do? We actually should do this. We should do a live make and do podcast. That'd be so funny.
Yeah,
I'd love to do that.
It used to be big in Panty Bar.
Yeah.
Back in the day, on a Tuesday night, she used to have make and do, and all the queers gather around and they'd make craft, and there'd be a drag queen going around helping. Isn't that nice?
Other than that, what are we talking about? We're from Pokémon?
Bliss Magazine.
Bliss Magazine was this magazine back in the day, probably like the 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
Because I don't really like. I know the Bliss Magazine was around, but I don't remember this part. There used to be a sealed section in it.
Oh.
That's the world we lived in.
Yeah.
A sealed section that might have like sex tips in it or something.
Oh.
And you would have to open it up when you get home.
Yeah.
To reveal the sex tips and stuff. So it couldn't be read inside in the shop.
Oh.
Or maybe if you bring it home, someone's saying, you don't open that sealed section.
Who's the demographic?
Probably like
it's like girls.
Probably teenage girls and stuff.
Okay, maybe kissing tips.
Yeah. Well,
it wouldn't be too.
Well, you see, the reason they were talking about it is because my nan used to always take the magazine and open up the sealed bit. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so I don't know, is it more than kissing in it?
God.
I'm not saying there was like like pictures or anything.
Would there be a test as well to see who your celebrity boyfriend is?
Well, probably, yeah.
And answer 10 questions.
Yeah. Who you're going to marry.
Great times. I've been listening to Harry Styles.
Really?
On my telephone.
I've had a lot of talk about Harry Styles
in
the last couple of days. And some people were talking about the connection between maybe our show on Harry Styles.
Was there a connection? The fashion?
The fashion, yeah.
I mean, it's a stretch, but he's been around. I think that song that he did at the Brits. Did you see it?
So I don't know where you're going to come from with this, but are people sick of Harry Styles now?
No.
No?
I think they like him.
Oh, I thought people thought the Brit Awards thing he did was cringe.
I think some people would. And then I think they're the people that maybe should just move on. And then I thought it was great.
Oh.
And I kind of like appreciated him for the first time.
So what did he do? I don't know anything about it. I just got the surface
He
stuff.
kind of came out as a bit more, it's a bit more artistic. It was like choreographed, very bizarre, kind of abstract-y, conceptual kind of dance piece, which a lot of people have just rolled their eyes at and be like, what's he doing? What's this? What are these silly moves? But it was, I don't know what the words are. I don't understand dance. But it was more than just a rock star hopping around.
Yeah.
It was a bit more, I'd say it took a lot of discussion to agree to do that, because it is the Brits and it's just a very mainstream audience. And a lot of people would probably feel it's a bit obnoxious or a bit like...
Well, people really don't like people kind of getting above their perceived station.
Yeah.
They really don't like that.
But I liked it. And it really worked because it was so kind of unusual that it made you watch and then it made you listen to the song. And now the song, and if I like a song, I just looped it around for the last 3 days.
25 times.
Yeah. 70 times. Like the same song. I have a diagnosis. Like there's definitely something I need to.
Are you looping it like it's going on at one after the other and continuing? No songs in between?
No. I'll do that for weeks if I like
the one
a
song.
Yeah.
So if we see you walking along the street, it's just Harry Styles for like the next week.
It could be, yeah. I did that. Billie Eilish has a song called Blue. I'd say 6 weeks. Nothing else. The same song.
Mark.
And I would learn every little beat and I'd learn and then I'd make up the little harmonies and sing them to myself walking around.
I say that probably is something, no?
Yeah. It's nice.
Yeah, no,
there's loads of songs. There's too many songs. You can just listen to the same one over and over. No?
I don't know how common that is.
I wonder.
Do you listen to songs when you're
riding?
Yeah.
No, I would put on a soft jazz.
No
playlist.
But no lyrics.
No music. No, it's too distracting.
It can turn it, can't it?
And I don't want songs ending and then another song starts. I want it to just flow.
Yeah. Without you knowing it's going on to another song.
Just kind of sexy beats in the background. A lo-fi beat.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Because I give you a bit of Celine Dion, but then like Who Lets the Dogs Out comes on.
There'll be some stupid song that has some stupid lyric that breaks the mood.
Mm.
And it's usually in a moment. Do you know? Yeah.
So a bit of jazz.
A bit of soft jazz.
So if I was a person coming over to your house.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know whether Mark likes me or not. And then the jazz record came on. A bit of Stan Getz came on. Would you be?
You're in for a good time.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. I think it's very strange to not have music during the riding.
I never play music.
Oh.
Ever.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you have the, what do you have
Because
with
it just
the jazz?
makes everyone less self-conscious and you can make a bit of noise and not be worried. Do you know? Not be worried about being heard or whatever.
Oh, but like, okay, but it's for the neighbours, right?
Just overall. Just
okay, yeah.
Let loose.
Let loose.
Yeah.
Roaring over the jazz.
Shouting over the jazz. But yeah, Harry Styles, I'm going to investigate a little bit more. I know he's good. But I kind of dismissed him. I don't know.
Well, what about our pal Timothée Chalamet then?
What's he been saying?
He's had a nightmare.
Well, he needs to give it up, no?
Yeah, but he's had a nightmare. As in, like he's being silly. Like what he said was so stupid.
He said opera and ballet are not important.
Yeah.
Come on.
And he, basically went as far as to say, allegedly, that, like unless there's an Oscar on the way, I'm not even going to be involved in that project. That kind of stuff. He got too freewheeling.
Yeah.
He started saying silly stuff. The thing, if he went for the opera and ballet, right, and he went in an angle of like, some of this stuff is like completely inaccessible.
Yeah.
To like, how do you say it? Like, certain like socioeconomic classes are just completely shut out of that.
Yeah.
Great, that's a conversation to have. But you just absolutely lambasted him. Because I don't think he thought, like, there's loads of, like, people that, just doing ballet on a Saturday morning, like loads of kids and stuff or whatever, and like opera singers, it's have to be incredibly
And
talented.
he's coming from an American view.
Yeah.
Like there'll be little kids in Switzerland, Italy, Austria. Like it's very normal probably.
Mm-hmm.
They like we do Irish dancing classes.
Yeah, 100%.
They do their ballet classes. And some of them, they go on, that becomes their job. He needs to figure himself out. He's not coming across very well.
No.
He's not coming across very likable.
No, I think he's misstepped massively in the last while.
You can be obnoxious, but it has to be, you have to let people know there's a bit of a joke behind it.
Yeah.
He's just not seeming very nice.
No, I think he's too many yes people around him.
Yeah.
And now he's landed himself in this hot water. And he should just come out and go, oh, look, that was so stupid. Like, what was I up to? Like, just talking shite, like, sorry about that. And no, but he doesn't seem to be doing it.
We had a complaint.
What?
After the live show, the biggest complaint was we asked people to submit questions and then we ran out of time.
We did.
And we didn't get to address.
That's because we were having
5% of them.
So much fun.
Yeah.
And also, when I scanned through the questions, I was like, oh dear God, well, which ones of these am I going to ask?
Yeah.
Because some of the crafty audience members were putting in absolute landmines into those questions.
Yes.
For us to step on. And I spotted them. And I was
We've deleted those.
I'm not going near them.
Should we fire out a few of our favourites?
Yeah. So to give people a clue, or not a clue, to give people insight into what we're actually talking about, at our beautiful live show, people were able to enter their questions for us to answer.
Yeah.
We answered about 3 or 4 of them extremely quickly because we have to be out of that venue at a certain time.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go back and we're going to give them all the time in the world.
Yeah.
And you've picked some that you haven't told me, and I've picked some.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance we picked the same ones.
Maybe. Go on, hit me.
Okay. So my first one is, this is what I'm talking about as a landmine. Right? It doesn't seem like one, but it is. But it's safe enough. Is there anything you would not let your partner do? So I think there was a lot of talk about partners during the live show.
Yeah.
I think this is probably within a sexual sphere.
Yes.
Right, and not just a controlling freak. So is there anything that you would not let your partner do? You're taken aback by this for some reason.
No. Is there?
Well, I mean, we could try and find where the limit is if you wanted to.
But I don't think it would come up. I don't think there's anything reasonable that would be suggested that I would turn down.
Yeah?
I don't think there's anyone in my life that would be coming with something that would shock and horrify me.
No, I think that's getting around the question. Like, as in, yes, there probably isn't people in your life who would challenge you with a question. But I'm saying, they're saying, like, in a hypothetical sense, what would it be? What would be your line? My ones are like, I don't think fairly,
give me yours.
Fairly close.
I don't think I have.
I would say, well, my line would be, and let is a strong word.
Yeah.
If they wanted to, look, people are grown up enough listening to this, they know what we mean. But like, as in, if they wanted to, that's their own choice, but I would just not be okay with it, and then I would leave.
Yeah.
Right? But they do whatever they want. I would say sleeping with other people probably would be my line. So that's my line.
Okay.
So where would your line be?
I think,
and can we see it from my line?
I think anything that could, result in being put on a list.
Okay. Fucking, that's fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? There's a little dance.
Jesus Christ.
You would be surprised.
What do you mean you'd be surprised?
There's a little
what
dance.
List?
There's a little dance that goes on where people, they try and push you to say things.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, I get, like, there's,
in a romantic setting.
There's versions of that in the heterosexual world, 100%.
There's words that they'd be trying to let you know it's okay. You can say that word if you want. And you have to be very clever. Don't get tricked in saying it.
Why not call it off? You're like, you won't trick me.
And the distinction between some of the words is small enough, but there's like, I want you to.
Right. Yeah. Again, thankfully, there's a number of words that you could fill in there, so I don't think it's that.
And you have to be
obvious.
You have to really be like, why are you saying that now? Can we
calm down a bit?
Talk about this for a minute. Calm it down.
Okay. All right.
Calm it down. Because, first of all, where is this coming from? And so that'd be it. Anything that kind of puts you on prison.
Okay. Fair enough. Do you have any question for me?
Before I had, this is actually a very good question. What is your ideal lunch?
Ideal lunch? It's pretty boring.
Yeah.
Lasagna, chips, salad. That's it for me. If you catch me on a right day, that's it.
Where are we?
We're in Cork.
Yeah.
We're not in Italy. We're in Cork, and we're in, if it's still there, restaurant 12A or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in there. They've got everything on the menu, and I want that. And there is, I actually wish I didn't mention the restaurant name now.
Yeah.
But there was one day I was in there having the lasagna, as I always get it. And I went in, and this couple were fuming.
Oh.
And what had happened was a blender or something like to make a salad. A bit of the blade broke off and ended up in the salad.
Oh.
And the guy came out, and instead of dealing with it like, we're very, very sorry about that, he comes out roaring and he says, I hear you had a nasty surprise. Made me laugh so hard.
Oh.
But I go back there, lasagna, fries. I don't know, is there any second to that?
How with the chips?
Oh, the chips are like, they're yellow, but then they're a little golden on the edges.
Yeah.
The salad is just a simple Italian dressing. No rocket.
Yeah.
Just maybe a spinach. Not sure, something around the lines.
What kind of plate?
It's the lasagna comes in a boat. To the side of it. Garlic bread then on the side.
Yeah.
The garlic bread is crispier on the sides, but not too much of a crunch. It can't come apart as you crunch it.
We'll cut them out.
No, it won't cut them out. It's not like the classic stuff you'd bang in the oven. And then in the middle, it's soft but not undercooked.
Yeah. Could I swap the salad for coleslaw?
Oh yeah, no, the coleslaw could come in. Yeah, the
I'd
coleslaw
swap
could
the
come in.
salad. For
you could have a little coleslaw in a ramekin. Then we're fucking going 90.
Are the chips thick?
No, the chips are your standard cafe chips.
Oh, skinny?
They're not skinny, but they're. Do you know
I'd like them fat and thick and a bit fluffy inside.
No, I wouldn't. That's like a Carvery dinner chip. That's not what I want.
Oh, you want?
I want something that doesn't have that much surface area. So when you dip it into the lasagna, it's not taken away half.
Crispy.
Not crisp. These are. It's not a French fry as in McDonald's. It's about triple the size of one of those.
I see it.
Do you know?
I see it.
And you whack that in, and everything is working together. Dip. One of my favorite, actually, why coleslaw is such a great shout on that. One of my favorite things in the whole world is hot and cold.
The cold coleslaw on a hot chip.
Oh.
And the coleslaw is real salty and creamy.
Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. That's probably what comes to mind.
Yeah.
And like without any preparation on that answer, I'm just like, that's what I want.
I think I'd nearly be the same.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very good, isn't it?
It's very good. Hot. Big.
Yeah.
Piled high.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese.
Yeah. And you feel like you get your money's worth. I don't think there's anything on a menu that you can pick more than a lasagna, because for some reason I suppose they can cook it a big one. They can price it fairly evenly.
Yeah.
And you go, oh, fuck it, that's bang for my money there.
How much is it?
I don't know. How much is it? You could probably still get a lasagna here for like 18, 20 pounds.
$18.95.
Yeah. Back home, I don't know, $16.95.
Is there anything worse? You cut into the lasagna cold.
Ugh. Or it's been overcooked.
Yeah.
And it's like raw cooked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like a horrible crunch.
Because sometimes they heat them up. They don't heat it through and through.
Mm. And you know what as well? I don't really want a fancy lasagna.
No.
I hate when people go overboard. Like, just give me one that like a lunch lady made.
Yeah. Loads
You
of
know?
meat. Vegetable lasagna? No.
No, not vegetable lasagna. I had to do a gig before in a restaurant, as you do when you've just
Yeah.
lost your fucking mind, down in West Cork. And we sat down and they said, oh, it was a vegetarian restaurant. Lovely people and everything, but we sat down and they gave me a vegetable lasagna. It's the biggest lasagna I've ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I started eating it. And then I expect to be shown to the stage at some point, right? And I'm like 3/4 through this mammoth lasagna. And then they go, please welcome to the stage, Denis Lane.
Oh, in the...
And I take the napkin out of my shirt. I wipe my mouth and I stand up full of lasagna and turn around. There's no microphone, nothing. And that's the gig.
Oh, where you're sitting?
Where I was sitting.
Oh, no.
Turn around, start hosting like I'm, emceeing a wedding or something.
I'd walk out.
Full of lasagna.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
There's nothing in it. I know, a bit of an aubergine. No.
Slippery stuff. Don't like it. So
No.
where would you... Do you know what you've been eating loads of?
Oh.
Big fries for breakfast.
I love a big fry.
You've been gone fry mad.
This week, I'm the overdraft. I'm spending... I don't know who I think I am.
You keep offering to pay for everything.
Oh,
It's very kind of you, but like
I
even when we were doing the show and stuff, I was like, Mark, you have to put this on, like let's say show expenses or whatever,
Yeah.
put it on the bill for both of us, because you'd go in and you'd order a big fry. You could, and I love this, right? And this is why I think like I really like meeting up with you. You get 4 coffees on a trot.
Oh, I never
4
stopped.
drinks, like
We
say we get another one, and the excitement, and then I'm like, I actually starting to shake.
I need to have a word with myself. I've gotten very good at treating myself nearly every day in the house full of food, and I go out and nearly get a coffee every morning.
Yeah.
Not a treat anymore. It's like every day. And then I've started saying, well, I'm here now. I could go home and make a bit of porridge, which would cost 40p.
0, yeah.
Or I could sit in this East London coffee shop and give them £12 for the same thing.
For porridge and honey.
And the coffee, and that's £20.
How much would a coffee cost you every day?
Oh, sure,
£4. So like £20 a week.
Oh, I'd have 2.
You'd have so £40 a week.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'd get the breakfast then
So,
sometimes.
About $5,500 on coffees every year.
If I work from home then, in my job, sometimes I kind of tell myself I deserve to go out for the lunch because I've been in the house all day.
But look, do you know what? I saw this thing during the week and it was some meme or whatever, and it just said like, when you think you're good with money because you just didn't buy any food.
Yeah.
That's what we've come to.
But if I went to the Aldi's for £20, I'd feed the house.
Yeah, but sometimes
for
you
2
have to
weeks.
enjoy yourselves.
I just love to enjoy myself.
Like Lisa tried to bring her lunch to work there for a week. I've never seen her more depressed.
I can't do it.
She was eating a lunchbox at the desk. Tears like dripping onto the pasta. Like,
And then you have to talk to everyone.
Yeah.
I can't.
And do the kitchen banter.
I can't do it.
Do the kitchen banter.
Give me one more question, quick.
Yeah. Oh my God, some of this stuff. Oh yeah. Spy hole or glory hole?
What's a spy hole?
Well, I think what they're implying there is like, would you rather be watching or would you rather taking part and being watched? Look at the smile on this fella's face. Honest to God. So, makes the back of my neck sweat. So would you rather be watching or taking part and being watched?
I
don't know what the smile means. I don't know what it means.
I think I like to perform. I'm a performer. I went to a health spa yesterday in Madrid.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. There was a lot of it was there was like a prison theme to a bit of it.
Oh dear. What does that mean?
So there was a lot of like, you could
I was walking around in orange jumpsuits.
Yeah. You could see loads of lads in bits through these kind of bars, but you couldn't always get to where they were. So you'd have to,
Just like trying to get through the bar.
Yeah, pawing through the bar or putting things.
Wow, so the lads are like they're at it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't always be able to figure out, because it's all like a maze. It's all like a little kind of cruising around. So you'd end up kind of either looking through the bars, watching the show, or you could put on a show and there'd be people looking in through the bars, but they wouldn't be able to get at you.
Did you ever get a fright? Like, would you ever get a fright? You turn around, you see like, someone, and then you turn around, there's 2 more.
Oh yeah, there could be something coming in through the...
No way.
You don't know who owns it, or a foot. Yeah.
Oh, an old foot coming in through the bars.
That's yeah.
Get out.
wasn't recognised all weekend. Yeah, I've started slinging a towel over the shoulder to hide the tattoo. The tattoo was very striking.
Giveaway.
Yeah, anyone at all who knows me spots it.
I have a tramp stamp that says Dennis as well. So
hello there.
And how long would you be actively sauning?
Well, there's steam room.
Yeah.
Then there's a sauna. Then there's jacuzzis. It's literally like a health spa. And then you go for a little walk after a while into the prison. And then there'll be a lot of carry on. And then they all kind of, it gets off. Like they all get giddy and they all start squashing into a little room. It's like dogs.
Fuck's sake.
And then it kind of all finishes up and then they all scatter off again. It kind of goes in waves, dogs. But yeah, I put on a great show. And then it kind of diffuses then all of a sudden. And they go off somewhere else. I'd love to see a heat map. That'd be funny. I'd love to see a heat map of the venue and to see the kind of consolidation of, because sometimes you're like, there's no one here. Completely empty. And then you turn a corner, there's 50 of them.
Squashed.
Yeah.
Oh, squashed.
Right, we have to go. Thanks everyone for coming to the show.
Yeah, it was amazing. Thanks.
We'll do another one soon.
We will. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, that's the end of that now. Thanks for listening to your internet boyfriends. You can watch this full episode back in HD on YouTube. And we'd love to hear from you. If you want to drop us a message with your news or your saucy stories, you can get us on Instagram or TikTok, or you can email us at yourinternetboyfriends@gmail.com. Off we go now. Very busy. Bye-bye. Bye.